Yeah, maybe. For me, like, like it was when there was that old-fashioned lamp, and then just like giant bowl of cottage cheese. Sorry about that. What's up, everybody? Eric here, Tabletop Haven, coming at ya. It has been a while, and that's okay. Because you know what? You just make videos when you make videos. When it's not your job and you're doing it for fun, that just happens. When you're playing a whole lot of ISS Vanguard and you're playing board games and not making videos, that just happens. But today, tonight, to morning, depending on when you're watching this, when you're listening to this, whatever, we got some stuff. We got some things. We have an unboxing plus. Unboxing and words is how I like to phrase it, and there's probably going to be a lot of words today and tonight because we are talking about Super Fantasy Brawl. This company right here, this Mythic Games company. There's a lot of stuff going on with Mythic Games right now. This video is probably going to get 7,000 dislikes, and not 7. If I get 7,000 dislikes, whew, I'll take it. I'll take 7,000 dislikes, because that means at least 7,000 people watch this video, and that'd be bonkers. But, no, it's probably going to be one of those videos that people are just angry about the situation, and I get it, and I'm going to talk about it I will give you where I'm at with Mythic Games, where my perception and everything is, and it's me. Hey, it's me. You have your own opinions, you have your own feelings, but I'm going to talk about it while I'm unboxing things. So, Super Fantasy Brawl, I got the core box, and I didn't get all the expansions, but I got some. I heard it's a pretty solid game, and if you're in the Mythic Games email chain, you might have realized maybe 60, 70, 80 times that they're having a sale. Oh, they're having a sale. Did I mention they're having a sale? And they're having a sale. I don't know if the sale's still going. I haven't gotten an email in a while, so I'm guessing not, because normally when they do, like, you know about it. But I jumped on when it was at the 40%. Eventually it went up to 50%. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of my Mythic Games history-ish kind of thing. Alright, so what have I backed from Mythic? Hell, that's what I backed from Mythic Games. Now, slight caveat, I don't know, at this point, a year ago, maybe longer, they had on their web store Solomon Kane stuff. I heard real good things about Solomon Kane, so I was like, awesome, a chance for me to get it. So I ordered the base game plus maybe one I don't remember exactly what I ordered, but lo and behold, here we are today. Solomon Kane has been sold to Monolith Games, so that is in limbo. I have reached out, and it's sketchy at best. It's a sketchy situation at best. Okay, so we have Solomon. I backed Hell. I don't know, was that 3 years ago at this point? Doesn't matter. I backed Hell. Now, I don't have it in front of me, but I think that the Hell price was $129. Okay, we're gonna pin that for a second, and then Solomon Kane. I think I was in for a similar like 130. I think I went in somewhere in that range. Is what I'm in for. So they had this big sale, and in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, Super Fantasy Brawl. I've heard good things about the game. I've heard it's fun. I love the giant miniatures. So let's start unboxing. I'm gonna get my Omni tool here. Okay, so I'm in it for, we'll say $250. That I'm currently in on Mythic Games with nothing to show for it. Okay, I've got this plus the 3 that are clearly in my hands now. So there's that. Part of the reason, and I know this is maybe not a good thing, but on top of hearing this was a very good game, part of the reason, there's a small part of me that was like, alright, if I get some of their back stuff, you know, if I do my part, and I buy some things that they just have sitting around, that's a little extra money for them, maybe there'll be a better chance I get Hell, maybe there'll be a better chance I get Solomon Kane. It's probably dumb, but it was in my back of my brain, that's where I was at. For those of you who haven't watched the channel, I run off of a budget, so getting things for 40% off, if it's something that I have a decent amount of interest in, I'm likely going to pull the trigger on that. But I don't back all ins. I typically back at the lowest thing, just because I do operate on a budget, and so kind of that's where I'm at. So now here we go, Super Fantasy Brawl. This, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited about this game. I'm excited about this game because of what it seems to offer, which is a quick head-to-head, just kind of beat 'em up type of game. Rulebook, 20 pages, 16. All right, 4 off. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. It's been a while, so I'll give myself credit on that. Okay, we got the board. I did not order the neoprene mat. I don't like mats typically. Things like that. Okay. Cool. So we got a big board here. I don't remember if it's two-sided or not. I'm gonna open it up. No, it's not. It's just got a big black background here. So it's just kind of a point control situation here. Control these 3 statues in the middle, you get points, you got abilities on your things. It's not dissimilar to Ascension Tactics, which you can't see, it's right off of screen over here. So it may have been an overzealous move to purchase this when I already have Ascension Tactics. I don't know, I like the miniatures on this. I'm going to have fun painting them. If nothing else, I'm going to have 15 real cool big miniatures to mess around with, and I'm okay with that. So, yeah, alright. So put some money down here. I'm guessing at this point you know what's going on. Mythic Games is an S show. They are asking people for more money for Rainbow Six Siege. After that is Darkest Dungeon Wave 2. After that is probably not Hell. Maybe it's Hell. So word on the street is Monolith is like, we're not doing anything with the pre-orders that they took for Solomon Kane. Mythic Games is like, we sold Solomon Kane to Monolith, so it's their problem. So my guess is Solomon Kane, it's pretty unlikely I'm ever going to see that. I'm hoping I'll get a refund. I would really, really, really love the game, but I don't know at this point if that's a thing. I'm guessing probably not, which is a bummer. Hopefully I'll see my money back from it. Fingers crossed, but I am not optimistic. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so we showed the board. We got cards here. We got bases here for the 2 teams. Okay, so let's take a look here. So we have an insert here. This is promising to me. So we have our insert here. It's nice. It's got the bop. We got our 6 champions in the core box. We got our bases here. We got our cards with the abilities on them. Challenges, I'm guessing, are for points or something in the game. I don't know. But this is a very big insert. So we got a lot of room in the base box. I pull this out. I'm guessing I'm going to be able to get all the expansion stuff in here when all is said and done, which would be lovely. If I could condense it all into this box, that would be amazing. Let's open up the boards here. I don't know I don't know if these are... there's 4 boards. So maybe that's in a 4-player... I don't know. I don't know what the boards are for. But we're going to take a look at it. So, what do I think is going to happen? What do I think is going to happen? So here is I have semi-decent knowledge on this situation. Darkest Dungeon went to Kickstarter. It raised money, like a decent amount of money, right? Then they came back and were like, hey, if you want the game, you got to pay us a lot more money, right? Like, I don't remember if it was double or like if you went in on a $200 pledge. All right, good solid quality, good cardboard. Looks good. Plan 1, heal 1. Okay, so we got some things here. Are they all the same? We'll check that in a little bit. So Darkest Dungeon, so they did that. And some people paid it. Some people didn't. Some people asked for refunds. Some people didn't. People got their games eventually, okay? And I'm pretty sure the people who paid it got their games eventually. People who didn't pay it, I don't know if they got refunded or if they were just, see ya, too bad for you. That I don't know. And I apologize for not knowing that. So, fast forward. Darkest Dungeon, I don't know. Again, if you were on the email chain, I don't know if you remember, you could get it for dirt cheap. Like 40, 50, maybe even more % off that they were offering it. Because I'm guessing they printed a bunch. All those people who didn't decide to buy it, didn't decide to pay their extra money, well, we have these now. We got to sell them. Let's unload them, get money. Okay? So that happened, right? Fast forward, I think Rainbow Six Siege is their next one in the list. They're doing the same thing again. Hey, if you want to see your game, you got to give us more money. People are paying it. So, my guess, I don't know, this is pure speculation, but it sounds like they already have the money at this point enough to run the print run that they wanted to do. So, my guess is fast forward a year from now, we're going to be getting 87 emails about Six Siege on clearance. Blah! Which, for someone like me, who didn't back it at all, and had minor interest in it, but didn't back it, like, cool. For people who paid for it, and are like, I'm not giving you more money, they're not going to be happy. And they shouldn't be happy. So, so that's where I'm at. Cardboard, it's nice. These are all the same. Plan 1, heal 1, deal damage to an adjacent enemy, movement, or something, or something. I think this is just French side. So, I think that just English and French, they kind of have a mostly compatible situation going on. Okay, so where were we at? Yeah, so fast forward a year from now, people will probably get their Rainbow Six Siege game, and then people who chose not to pay the extra money are not going to get their game, or I don't know if they're going to get their money back. The other thing is you can ask for refunds. Yeah, we'll give you a refund, but they're only doing a certain number of refunds every month. So I think it's like 8 to 10 months out. So if you ask for a refund today, what are we in? May, April, March, maybe March of next year, you'll get your refund. But at that point, it might be a year out, who knows? But yeah, so because they're only doing a certain amount, it's a situation, man. Okay, so here we go. We got challenge cards. What do we got here? Control the destruction area. Control the creation area. Control the manipulation area. Control the enemy deployment area. At least 2 of your champions are leveled up. Ooh, level up. I like that. That's fun. Okay, so just kind of like little objective challenges, things that you can do that probably gift you points, or I don't even know what the victory conditions are in this game. Okay, so now we got a deck of cards. There is no tippy-tab. I do not like that. I do not like that at all. I do not like having to put a knife to my cards. I have never cut my cards, but the stress that it gives me that I have to put a knife by my cards, I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes me feel. Okay? And if there's anything here that the board game industry is worried about, it's my feelings. Alright? We all know this. You out there know this. I know this. How's Eric feeling about this? That's what matters, right? My feelings. So, I'm going to try and not cut these cards for the first time ever in my life. I feel pretty good. I did it. I did it, guys. And girls. But yeah, okay. So, there we are. So now we're, what, a year out, and they're selling Rainbow Six Siege pledges for 50% off. And some people are happy about that. Some people are very upset about that. And that's where we are. All right. So now we're in summer of 2024. What's next? Hell or Anasteer? Probably Hell. Hopefully Hell, for my sake, because again, my feelings, that's what matters. So hopefully Hell. Eric's going to get an email, as are a bunch of other people are going to get an email. You know, if you want this game, it's going to cost us to put it into production, and we need your help to put it into production. This is where, remember we pinged the 129? This is where my brain is going to have to do some work. Again, I work off a budget. So the 129 is already out of my budget. All right, that was 3 years ago in that budget, and so we're good. That's clear off the books. Now, the question is going to be, hey, another $100. Now, for what that game is offering, if you look around the board game landscape, 129, don't tell Mythic about this video. 129 is low. Real low. So my guess is they're going to be asking for $100 from everyone again to get your game, if you want it. So that's going to put me at $229, which will be the most I ever paid for a board game ever. Now, I have two ways of looking at that. I can look at that as a... This is an unboxing video. See, this is what happens. Unboxing in words, and especially with Mythic going on, like, there's a lot of words to be talking about. So, now I'm looking at $229, which is the most I've ever paid for a board game. Previously to that, it is Oathsworn, which I came in at $179 on. And then I just backed the Chip Theory Elder Scrolls, which is $190, $195, I think technically, with free shipping. So kind of pretty similar in the range of Oathsworn. I don't remember if I had to pay extra for Oathsworn or not for the... I don't remember. But regardless, they're going to ask for another $100. It's my guess. So then I'll be looking at, okay, do I pay the most I've ever paid for a board game for Hell? Or I could say, oh, to get Hell, it's going to cost me $100. I could put that in my brain. As like the 129 is already written off. It's part of a past budget. It is what it is. Do I want to pay $100 for Hell? Now I get that's not the reality of this situation. The reality of the situation is I'm paying $229 for Hell, plus shipping, obviously. And so that's going to be something at that time that my brain is going to have to work with. And if I'm in a positive mindset, I will go $100 for Hell. That's a good price for Hell. If I'm in a negative mindset, it'll be like, that's $229. That's the most I've ever paid for a board game to a company that the last two projects, like, yes, they've delivered, theoretically, again, which I think is going to happen. They're going to ship Rainbow Six Siege. It's going to happen. But, again, is Mythic going to exist? Now, I know there's also Anasteer. And then I think I don't know anything. I think it's called Monster Apocalypse. Apparently, I think that's another big thing that happened. I don't really know much about that, but I think that's another game. I don't know where that fits in the timeline of things. So that could be like, oh, we need to get that. I don't know. Long story short, I don't know. So hell, this could be a 2026 problem that I'm talking about, or they're gonna fill Rainbow Six Siege and just peace out. I don't know. I don't have a good vibe on this. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, it's just a nightmare situation. It's just not good. So yeah, Super Fantasy Brawl was my kind of like, hey, I heard the game is pretty good. I heard it's pretty fun. Miniatures look cool. And, maybe my little contribution, if a bunch of other people have their little contributions of buying Super Fantasy Brawl and buying in their left extra stock, maybe that'll give me a better chance to get Hell and a real slim chance to get Solomon Kane. Honestly, I would rather have Solomon Kane than Hell. Just straight up, it's a proven game. Hell is a big old giant question mark with real awesome miniatures and a potentially really, really cool story. But that's a lot of potential, whereas Solomon Kane is a lot of, from what I've heard, proven goodness. For someone like, I play solo games, and I've heard it's a very, very good solo experience. And so that is why I think it was on my top 10 anticipated, and it's for this year, and that's very unlikely that that's going to actually happen, which is sad. But who knows? Maybe me buying Super Fantasy Brawl will lead directly and correspond directly to me getting Solomon Kane later this year. It's not going to happen, but maybe. It's not going to happen. You never know. It's not going to happen. I'll never see Solomon Kane. I really want to see Solomon Kane. Okay, so there we go. So we'll continue touching on that, but let's go into this here. So we have resolving an attack, player turn. So we got just kind of like some player cards that go there. Goldar, immune to push. So okay, so it looks like, so you have your character card, Scourge of the Sceptres, immune to push, okay, and then you have the abilities that each person has. I like the artwork on here. It is, it's cartoony, but not like cartoony, if that makes sense. Like, it's, I mean, that's a bad way to explain it. It's not cheapish cartoony. I don't know. What am I talking about? It's good. It's good animation. How about that? It's good animation. It looks cool. So we have Goldar. Maybe I should separate these out and then do the miniatures with them. That sounds like fun. Let's do that. So we have Goldar. We have Zhuzhou. We'll pronounce that like I know what I'm talking about. It's just the way I roll. We have Kilgore. Kilgore Iron Fist. I don't know if it's Iron Fist, but it's fine. Darren. We have Darren. We have Zhuzhou and Darren. Hey, Darren, bring your crossbow over here. Darren, do it now. Gwen. She looks cool. She looks cool. And then we have Dogran. Dogran. But don't forget about Darren. Good old Darren. Alright, so card quality. Card quality is good. I like the little player aid things. I feel like this, I've heard this game is very straightforward. Just get in there, half hour, punch each other in the face. Cool, you win. And potential for really awesome miniature painting combat. Alright, so here we go. We're just going to pull them out randomly. Alright, so first we have Gwen. Gwayen. I think it's Gwen, but Gwayen. It's Gwen. Here we go. We got her little Chica here. It's a pretty good sized miniature. It's not huge. I'm trying to see if I have anything readily available. I'll pull it out here. I got Marvel United right here. I can pull a quick miniature out of there to give you a comparison to X-Men United. So you kind of see. So here we have Mystique, and then we have Gawain. So it's about twice the size. Now Mystique is bending down, so maybe like not quite twice, maybe like, you know, third. But like if you look at base size is significantly it's bigger. But yeah, so that is that. So nice, big, chunky miniatures of fun. Okay. So that is Gawain. Here, she's gonna go over there. Alright, next up, we have... This guy feels hefty. Oh, this is like a chunky chunker. What is this? Does this person have a head? Oh, it's here. Okay, Dogran. This guy is cool. I mean, he's like got like fur. Man, this thing is tough. It's got... So another reason that I wasn't super, not stressed necessarily about this. Oh, quick thing. If the sale's still going on, like, expect a month turnaround. I'm in the U.S., and I ordered it like April 13th. I got it today, which is May 9th. So it just takes time. I think they have like 2 people working for the company right now, and like one person's trying to do literally everything, and like, so if pump the brakes, it's coming. Well, hopefully. Mine did. I just kind of sat back and waited, and it's here. This is an amazing miniature. The shield is fantastic. Like, the cloak, that is going to be a fun. Dogran is going to be fun to paint, and probably one of the first guys I'm going to take because he looks awesome. I think it's a 3v3 battle. I think you draft your heroes. I did a little research online because they had all the stuff available. In retrospect, had I known it was going to be a 50% off coming up, which I got it when it was 40% off, a week later they're like, hey, you can take an extra 10% off, I would have waited and just bought everything. Which is like the core box plus the 6 expansions. I only ended up getting 3 expansions. I would have done that. I just kind of went and did a little shopping around, like, hey, what do you think are your favorite? What are your favorite heroes, and what sets are the best to get? And I picked the 3 that sounded like, yeah, you should get these for sure. And B, I looked at the heroes and was like, they look really cool, so I'm going to get them. Okay, so that's where we're at. Okay, so here we go. Oh, this guy. Here we go. Zhu Zhao. He has a really long cape. Super cool. Painting like a tiger. That's going to be awesome. What does he have for a weapon? He's got like, he's like dual wielding like these swords. Like these miniatures are awesome. And they're going to be fun to paint because painting big miniatures is fun. Big features, you don't have to be nearly as precise, and when they come out, you're like, yeah, baby, that looks super cool. Painting Oathsworn was that way. Like, man, it's just fun to paint that big stuff. So, Zhu Zhao, the Jade Claw, is looking cool. It's going to be impossible for me to pick my first team because I'm already telling you right now, like, these are super. Another hefty one. Okay, this is Goldar, maybe, probably. I think this is Goldar. It's tough to tell. Yeah, this is Goldar. Okay, so we have Goldar. He's got a treasure chest strapped to his back. That is phenomenal. He doesn't have a hook hand. Well, he has a hook hand, but it's like a chain hook. These are awesome. These are so cool. I literally want to play with all of these, like, immediately. These are so awesome. I haven't been excited about miniatures in a while. Like, I mean, I said Osworn has got really awesome stuff. Osworn, I got the mystery stuff. I've only played through 4, 5, 6. So I haven't even cracked. There's going to be some amazing stuff that I've yet to discover in Osworn. But just opening these and seeing the banana really, really cool miniatures in this has me really, really excited and happy that I got this game. If nothing else, if Mythic dies tomorrow, I'm happy that this game exists and these miniatures exist and they're going to be painted and I'm going to have 15 awesome big miniatures to play with. Even if it's not in this game, I don't know, I'll use them in an RPG or something. But, okay, Goldar. Very cool. There is... Okay, we're good. We're good, team. We're good. We're good. Alright. This big old fella, he's got a metal jaw, or... I think he actually has a metal jaw. Or it's just a metal chin strap. It's tough to tell, but he is cool. He's got a big old metal claw as well. So, whoops, sorry. This here, big old metal claw is awesome. He's got this, it's almost like a wrench axe thing. Very cool. Like, I like him. The Dugrun Zhuzhou in Goldar, though, this guy's cool. I'm not gonna say, oh, this is terrible. No, he's cool. Like, I'm into it. I'm into it. So there we go. We got one more in the base game, and then we'll go from there. Oh, okay, long reach. Sorry. Hello, everyone. Oh, it's Darren. Hey, Darren. Darren, your mom called. Darren, it's time to go home for dinner. Hey, crossbow. Now, to be fair, Darren, Huntress. Oh, it's a girl. Okay, that's fine. Darren is the Huntress of Eastwood. Now, you're not going to be able to see the miniature, and I don't know how good this is going to show up on camera, but, like, the paint, the, like, the face detail and everything, like, this looks like a cool character. Crossbow, I always love, like, ranger things and ranged crossbow and, you know, like, that type of stuff in games. So this is a character I'm definitely going to want to play with because I like crossbow stuff. I like ranger, archery, stuff like that. So, the miniature is good. Like, it's not as intense. It's not as big. Like, if you look comparatively to Goldar, for example, like, Goldar dwarfs it. But, Darren, dear. Yeah, no, she looks cool. And, there we go. Okay, so that's 6. The video's gonna be 900 hours long. I apologize, but I don't apologize! I apologize for nothing. And then we got these things, the bases for the things. So, there's that. Okay, we got Darren, we got Clawbucci, aka Kilgore, or something like that. We got Goldar, he's not gonna fit there, he's gonna fit there. We got Zhuzhou, he's gonna go there with his awesome cape. Dugrun, looking amazing. And then we got Gawain. I know, people, just relax. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's totally fine. It's not fine. I can tell you right now, I've opened one box. I am pumped. I am pumped about this game. I think this game is going to be Rock'em Sock'em Robots fun. Just jump in, use some abilities, shoot some people in the face, punch them in the face, hit them with a club, hit them with a sword, and one of you is going to win. And it'll be quick, and it'll be fun. That's what I think. And if that's what it is, I'm very happy about that. Alright, so we are going to go into the expansions next. Alright. Learn to play without reading the rules. You can go to Mythic Diz Tutorial. Boop, boop, boopity boop. You guys like reading rule books? I like reading rule books. I also like watching Watch It Playeds. I like both. I like supplementing them with each other. All right, here we go. Circus of Blood. Sounds like fun, doesn't it? Because it will be fun. All right, so here we go. The Circus of Blood is the first expansion that I will be opening today, tonight, this evening, this morning, whenever you're watching this. Alrighty then. So this one, I thought looked cool. I don't remember. There were certain ones where it's like, get this because it has a hero in it that's super cool and super fun. If I remember right, this one has just some cool like supplemental characters that just did fun things. Again, I could just be making this stuff up, but they look pretty cool. Also, we got a big orc, we got a tiger dude. These are really thick boxes, like really thick. Yo, that's thick. Here we go. We have what's that? I think this one has the French and English versions in one box. Okay, so here we go. We're going to pull out the cards first. Maybe, just maybe, they'll have added a pull tab. I thought they didn't have a pull tab. They didn't have a pull tab. Okay, so, alright, we have the French ones. I should save those for eating, in case I need a snack later. I don't speak French, but my wife does. A little bit, kind of. Yeah, no pull tab. I gotta cut them. Resistance! Put pull tabs on your cards. I don't like cutting cards. Does anyone else have that? Does anyone else have that anxiety when you have to cut open cards? At some point, I'm going to get over that anxiety, and then I'm just not going to care. But until that point, 2. You get a 2 on your card wrap, Mythic Games. 2. That's not good. That's out of 10. That's out of 10. Okay? 2. It's terrible. How could it be a 1? If your card wrap was tighter. Because it's pretty tight, which is why it puts it at a 2. If it was, like, if it didn't have, like, it's very nearly a 1. Like, this is almost, like, as tight as humanly possible, plus, let's cut it. Alright, here we go. Super Fantasy Brawl. Super Fantasy Brawl. We have Wrath. Alright. Or Rat H. Corvash. Corvash the Magnificent. Sounds like a wizard. Mariuse. Mariuse. It's French. Mariuse. It's a Mariuse. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. We got the big guy himself. I believe this is Corvash. This is a wicked miniature. Look at that sword. It's a beast of a sword. He's got some cool, like, he's got chains hanging off of his belt. He's got a nice, cool cloak. He's got ropes holding on his, what do they call that thing? It's not a pendant. It's like a, it's not a pendant. I don't know. This thing here, it's got a skull. Like, this is a very cool miniature. This guy's a monster. He's in action pose. He's got one leg up. He's ready to go. That is Corvash. Corvash. Yes, he's cool. He's cool. I like him. Alright, then we got Rat H, otherwise known as Wrath. Oh, look at this. Okay, you probably won't be able to see. Maybe you'll be able to see. He's fully off the ground, and he is on his tail, which looks to be potentially metal. Like a metal claw tail thing. Like, that is a, like, he's got these huge claw gauntlets. This is a very cool miniature. The ground is just all, like, shattered rock. It's very excellent. Super cool. That is Wrath. Wrath. I don't know why I'm looking through all his cards, but he's cool. He's, these two are two I'm excited to play about. Alright, and then we've got Mythic. This guy's super cool looking. He looks like he's the brother of the first guy. What was his name? Su something or Su Zhao or something. He's this. Another tiger type dude. Got a big. Is it a dagger? It looks like too short to be a sword. It's kind of like a dagger, which is interesting. Got all these guys with like these huge weapons, and this guy's rolling with like a dagger. So maybe he's kind of like a little sneaky deaky. He's got, you can see here, I don't know if I showed the other ones, like gold chains. It's gonna be a fun one to paint, like the white tiger situation. Pretty cool. Maybe he's gonna be a little more stealthy, a little more sneaky. Maybe he's getting a ton of movement and hit quick and get out of the way. So, merveilleuse. So there we go. That is our first. Okay, come on. You can do it. Go in. Got it. That is our first expansion box. 3 more cool characters. All 3 of those are cool looking. I do think that I am optimistic I'm going to be able to get all of these into the base box when I pull out the insert. Had I gotten everything, that would have been a little bit more sketchy. But, alright. The Art of War. This one, I don't remember where this was on the hierarchy of get this expansion, but this one was almost solely based on this character here. And me wanting to paint it, and me wanting it to go to the table because of how cool she looks. Like, that is going to be possibly my favorite, at least top 5 miniatures I've ever painted in my life when I get done with this thing. And that's why I got this expansion, was specifically so I could paint this. It's probably going to be the first one I paint out of all of these, because I thought it looked phenomenal. And so, that is why the Art of War was part of the 3 expansions I ended up getting. So again, working off of a budget, this wasn't on my radar. Like, a lot of times, especially when you're working on a budget, you have games on your radar. You have Kickstarter games in the future that are like, yeah, I think that's coming out this year, I gotta budget some for that. Here's a list of games that I want that are going to be released, are in the process, and then things show up that you're kind of like, let me check this out. Like a 40% off Super Fantasy Brawl, which I heard, hey, this is a fun punch 'em in the face game. 2 players, I play a decent amount of 2-player games, more solo, but I do play some 2-player games, so this, like, when that happens, and then also, again, rewind video to maybe it'll help me get Solomon Kane in hell. So, there is that. Alright, so here we go, the Art of War. These boxes are so thick. Dude, Mythic, save some money, don't make your boxes so thick. Give me Solomon Kane. There we go. That's my soapbox for the evening. Not really a soapbox. It's more like a deodorant box, but hey. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Alright, so here we go. We got French ones again for funsies. Maybe I'll sell those on eBay for a nickel. Hey, you want some French cards? Here's a nickel. Ugh. This is annoying. It's annoying, team. I have to do this every time. Cut my cards. And this one's shredding plastic. One Mythic. I didn't cut it, but it damaged it. So annoyed. So annoyed! Canceling all my stuff. Canceling everything from Mythic Games. I don't even want hell anymore. I'm gonna come with stupid card wrap. Just kidding. I do want hell. I want Solomon Kane more, but that's fine. We already had this discussion. Okay, so here we go. What do we have? This guy's like riding a little dino? Oh my god! Who's this? Kolel? It's Kalel. Kalel's little sister, Kolel. We got Kolel. I didn't know that she was going to be riding like a dino. This is so cool! These things are so cool! These miniatures are amazing! They're so fun! It's just worth for these miniatures. I'm so glad that I got these. Kolel got a little blowgun. Either like the skull like headdress on. Very super cool. Kolel. I love it. I love everything about it. Here she is, Sulka. Oh my goodness gracious. I can't even right now. My excitement level for this thing, for painting this thing, is so high. Look at that. That's going to be so much fun. I didn't know she was a snake. I don't care that she's a snake. I didn't know she was a snake. But man, that is going to be great. Wow. I'm pumped. I'm pumped, team. I'm pumped. Super awesome. Alright, and then we have a cat. Cat is like some phoenix bird. I don't know, like this is like the first one I feel like is not, I'm not gonna say the other ones weren't human, but like this one is just like a bird. It's just like a straight up bird. It's a very cool miniature though. So you have a flaming sword. Very cool. This is cool. Like, a lot of the other flame stuff was like the blue kind of. This is like just straight up fire. This guy is just the light of creation. Aket, the light of creation. Just gonna have a lot of fire, a lot of orange, a lot of cool stuff. So there we go. Aket. Ah, we're good. It's fine. So these three, I mean, compared to the last ones, these are, I'm not going to say just better, but just better. Like, these are way more interesting to me than the last three. Way more interesting. I don't know if they're going to be better champions, but they're way cooler. In my humble opinion, obviously. There's going to be people like, those are the three worst champions in the game. I don't care, they're going to look cool. I'm going to make a team of cool looking things, and they're going to be on it. Alright. Last one. We're almost done. It's only been like 5 minutes, right? Yeah, exactly. This old man here talking about board games. Here he goes. Back in my day. Back in my day. Force of Nature. Alright, so this is the one. Force of Nature is the one that was pretty much at the top of all lists. Like, almost unanimous. Like, you have to get Force of Nature. You just have to. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Apparently, there's like all three like there's tiers of champions and like who are good. Like all three of them here are like good to great tier, and and interesting. So these three, they look cool. So we'll see. I still think the Art of War is going to be my coolest set. So I'm very happy I got that, even if it's like the worst champions. I'm happy that I got them to paint. Alright, so here we go with these three Force of Nature champions. Alright. Yep, same thing. They have the French and English cards in there. It's a really good idea. Mythic, I'm going to assume... no, I'm not going to assume anything. That was a smart decision. Because apparently, when you're making Kickstarters, every different SKU that you create is just more work, more effort, more money. So, doing this in one box and creating two languages and being able to just, okay, it goes out, it's as one thing, I think is super smart. French, English, doesn't matter, boom, you get that, you're good. That, I think, is extremely smart. And maybe, if they made more smart decisions like that, they wouldn't be where they were at right now, currently. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. But that's at least a smart decision. Somebody somewhere decided to do that, and that was good. Alright, so here we go. We have, this is a really big miniature. Okay, this is Nevermore. Nevermore the Shade. This guy looks amazing. This thing is a huge miniature. I love the dark face. We got like all the, like that green, purple green, like oh man, the darkness. He's got like lanterns down here that are gonna give off light. This is gonna be another really fun one. The black face in there with the 2 white eyes. Oh, this is gonna be another great miniature to paint. It almost looks like tentacles. I can't tell for sure if it's tentacles coming down the back. He's got like this bat thing up on top. Oh, it's like a skeleton bat. Oh my word! Look at that! That is incredible. These miniatures are incredibly cool. Just really, really neat. I really want Hell. Hell's miniatures look so cool. I really want them. They're like that world that they're like the idea in the world that like man, there's some ridiculously awesome creepy things in that game that I want to explore. Man, why couldn't they just be stable? Why couldn't they just be stable? Why couldn't they just be a good board game company that just is good and just fulfills their Kickstarter? Why couldn't you do that? Give me a reminder of Hell at the end, because we're almost done with this. I want to wrap this up here, and then I want to talk a little bit more about Hell and Mythic. But let's do here. Okay, here we go. This is another really chunky guy. Oh, ooh, this guy's like a centaur. Whoa, this guy's a beast. This is Taze. Dude, like, these miniatures are great. Like, look at that. That is rock solid, amazing. He's got double flail action, these giant flails. Just a beast. He's got these huge antlers. Look at this. Oh my goodness gracious. Just fantastic. Man. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Last one, Lorelei. Lorelei, I believe, is one of the ones on there that's like, oh, okay. This is great. Lorelei, I think, is kind of like a support character. I heard like a good support character. So that's cool. I was like, oh, she's cool. And then she has this like crazy earth dragon thing like attached to her. It's like a vine dragon. These are just incredible. They are so cool. They are going to be so fun to paint. Oh my goodness. Alright. Lorelei. Well done. Alright. So. Random dude in his basement. This guy here. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I think some of the issues that Mythic ran into. Again, like I said, ran dude in his basement, just projecting complete nonsense and no facts behind this, but optics. Alright, here are my optics. Super Fantasy Brawl. Because when they're OG, I think they did well. I think they had some good, successful Kickstarters. Then, I think they were like, yes, we are Simon. We are amazing. We are going to kill it for the rest of our lives. We're done. We know what it takes. We've done it. We can now make millions and millions and millions of dollars for the rest of our lives. Let's start hiring people. Boom. I want to hire everybody. I want to get someone in every country to represent us. And I don't know if they did every country, but I know like they hired Sam Healy from the Dice Tower. They had a big staff. Like, I think they had a big staff. They were doing things constantly. Then they did Hell, another big project. So they're probably figuring, boom, let's keep going. Like, we are it. We're in it. We're in it to win it. Like, and they just kept going. And then I think COVID happened. And again, I don't have timeline. This is all speculation. And so things started getting jumbled. Things started getting more expensive, blah, blah, blah. They had to do this. They got unexpected costs here and there. They had to start firing people, and or maybe they didn't. They're like, it's fine, we'll be fine. I don't know. But then, so they did Hell. Then, I think Hell ended up being a much, much bigger endeavor than they anticipated. I think from the sounds of things, the amount of writing, the amount of time, the amount of everything that had to go into that game was immense. And I think that it probably dragged on longer and longer than they were expecting, and so they were paying people to do work on that longer than they were expecting. Meanwhile, they're putting out Anna Steer, which they have to hire maybe different people for, so they're doing that, and that's eating up their money, and they're like, we're running out of money fast, let's run another kick. So all those things, and just probably mismanaging like what they thought they had versus what they needed, and then spikes of costs in the shipping and things like that probably hit them. And I am the type of person, very to a fault, 100% to a fault, and I know this about myself, I almost always give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, it is very hard for me. I always look at things empathetically, and, you know, like, they're trying their best, and I know realistically that's not always true. Not everyone comes from a place of positivity. That's not the right word. Not everyone is looking out for everyone's best interest, and I place that on people. Like, now, they're a company, they need to make money, so I get that as well. So I don't know if they were overpaying people. Maybe they were like, oh my god, we're doing amazing, let's give everybody $100,000 salary every year. Oh yeah, we're fine, we're gonna be, dude, look at Hell just made $2 million. Give everyone a bonus. To ship that is going to cost us an extra $500,000. Okay, that's fine. Wait, are we done with Hell yet? No, you're going to need like another year and a half to finish all the writing in Hell. That's like another 5. Okay, okay, now what do we do? Now, I could be completely wrong, and they could be living the luxurious life in mansions that are $17 million mansions, and and they're just laughing at all of us peasants down here. I find it hard and difficult and hard to believe. Now, again, that's coming from me, who always tries to see the best in people and who always tries to like look positively at situations. That's my guess. That's again Randuna's Basement's guest, who always looks at things positively, and I know it sucks, and I understand the anger, and I understand people just wanting to vent and wanting to be angry. There can be people, you can be angry, and you can be angry at Mythic, and you can still pay the money and complain about it. And I think that is your right. And I don't fault you for that, and I don't fault anyone's feelings for the situation, because this is a strange hobby that we live in. It is a very, I'm not going to say wealthy hobby, but you need disposable income. Well, I shouldn't say need. You should have disposable income if you're in this hobby, because it's expensive, and it's a luxury. And so I think it's hard for a lot of people in this space to be not necessarily sympathetic with the people. I think people get it, but I think most board game... I don't know if this is true. This is, again, me talking late at night, just laying my soul bare to the world. If you're like, oh, I gotta pay another $120 to get my game, man, that sucks. A lot of people in the board game industry, in the board game world, who, like, this is their hobby, are like, ugh, that's annoying, another $120? Alright, fine. Ugh, why, what, it's so annoying, you know? And it's that. But I think there are people who Darkest Dungeon was a video game they loved. And they're like, oh, they're making a board game of it, that's so cool! Oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. And I think there are some people who only invest in a few, like, big games a year. And so I think those are, I could be wrong, but I think some of those are the vocal people who are like, what is happening? Like, I spent, like, my my budget is $100 a month, so I budget myself $1,200 a year. Now, I also can supplement that by selling old games and things like that, so, but $1,200 is the baseline that I have. And I'm guessing that's probably low in the board game community. Like, $1,200 a year is probably low for a lot of people. I think it's extremely low for some people who go $500 all-ins on Kickstarters like it's nothing. Like, oh yeah, cool, I'll just go all in $500, that's fine. Yeah, do the all-in. It's great. Never do all-in. I never do all-in. Ever. So, more ramblings. I think there are people out there who don't do that, and who might only have a $300 budget or a $500 budget, and so they get 2 big games a year that they're really excited about, that they're going to play forever, and then all of a sudden, they're now expected to pay another $150, and they're like, what? I already paid you $200. Like, there's people who probably, frankly, not shouldn't be in this hobby, but shouldn't be doing Kickstarter in this hobby, because it's a dangerous game. I say that, but for the most part, like, it's not really that dangerous of a game. Like, it's, granted, like, we're in the Mythic situation, there's bad situations, but I think there's 97% good board game Kickstarter situations, and then like 3% bad ones, and we hear more about the 3% bad ones rather than the 97% that, yeah, they take longer than they said, but they show up and they don't ask for more money. And that's my experience. Is I've had zero other than hell now. I've had games that have been delayed and pushed back extremely far, but I haven't been worried about them. This is the only one that I backed, and I can't tell you how many I've backed. Like, I don't know if I'd say 50, but I don't know. I don't know how many I've backed, but this is the first one where I've been like, I might not get it. And so, backing with that foundation, theoretically you should back and expect with the expectation that it could be lost, right? That's kind of they give you that disclaimer, this isn't a pre-order system, blah blah blah. But track record of board games is that they are going to deliver. You're going to get them. Yes, it might be late, it might not be by the estimated date. Strike that. It won't be by the estimated date. I shouldn't say that. There are some that actually do, but generally, you're not going to get it by the estimated date. It's going to be late. You know, like with CMON, you're going to pay more for shipping than they estimated. Boo. But you're going to get your game. You're going to get your game. Yeah, it's going to be late, but you're going to get it. Like that's the realistic expectation, I think, for most people when backing board games, is it's going to come. This is the only game, hell, that I'm like, I don't know if it's going to come. And I don't back a ton of things. Like, I back a decent amount, but I wouldn't say I back a lot. So for people who back a lot, their expectation usually is like, it'll come. And so I think when they all of a sudden are put in a situation where it potentially might not come, it messes with your brain a little bit, because you're like, but that's not how this works. You send it to me. Why are you asking for extra money? There's certain companies that also, I think, do a better job of communicating. And I think that's another way that Mythic messed up, is they didn't... I just think they got in over their heads. That's really what I think happened. I think they thought they were rolling. I thought they were the next CMON. Boom, we're good. We're good for... We can just do whatever we want and we're gonna be fine. That's my guess is what happened. And then all of a sudden, they really, really weren't fine. And then we're like, crap, we're not fine. Now we gotta figure out what we're doing. And then it was just a nightmare. And I don't think their communication was good. And I think that hurts as well. And now they're like trying their best, but they're like way behind the 8 ball now. And everybody's annoyed. And it's like they're only doing what, like, yeah. But like Oathsworn, for example, I'm pretty sure with Oathsworn I had to pay more. Like, they asked for extra because of shipping or something like that. And that's a situation that, like, that was not typical for me. But they were kind of like, here's the deal. It sucks. I'm sorry. Like, you know, can you help us out, kind of thing. Can we do this together? I know it sucks, but it is what it is, and we're asking for your help. And I was more than happy to help. Then you have CMON with their Marvel Zombies. And they handled it terribly. But since CMON is CMON, they can get away with it. Mythic couldn't, because they're not CMON. Yes, they ran some successful things, but they're not CMON. And I think they probably thought, we're good. It doesn't matter what we do. We're untouchable. We're CMON 2.0. So it's fine. We'll mess some stuff up. It's fine. Like, whatever. But they didn't have the history that CMON did. They didn't have the pedigree that CMON did. And so when CMON does a stupid thing, yeah, people complain about it and are annoyed about it, but it's CMON, so they can get away with it. And not that that's a good thing, but it's a different situation. They're different companies. And CMON, like it was with Marvel Zombies, for example. I backed that. And their shipping was just bananas. Like, I think there were some people who were paying, like, upwards of, in like, Europe, who were paying upwards of, like, I don't think I'm making up, like, $600 in shipping, because I think in America it was, like, $200, and that was, like, bananas. Like, for me, I just did base pledge. It was, like, if I would have wanted split shipping, it was gonna be, like, upwards of $100, and I'm like, I think it cost me 54 just for single wave shipping. So, which is a lot. So, rambly time. No one's listening at this point. It doesn't matter. I'm just talking to myself. It's fine. I don't care. Because I'm just talking through things. I'm just talking through life and what I think happened in random dude in his basement's thoughts and feelings on Mythic. Because I just think they felt like they were more than what they were, and just ended up overvaluing who they were as a company, and not, obviously no one can take into account a global pandemic. No one can see that coming. But where are we at? Townsfolk Tussle did their thing in the middle of a pandemic and just killed it. They killed it. Is unbelievable what this first time company did with this game in the middle of a pandemic. It is unbelievable. I don't know how they did it. I don't think they made I'd be surprised if they made a penny on that game. But I think that as a first time company, or as a first time game for a company, I think they just wanted it to exist so bad. And so they just did everything they could to make it perfect and like just make it work. And I think Mythic thought they were more than what they were, and couldn't and didn't, and maybe started to get the Simon Corporation thing where it's like, we're a business. I mean, they're all businesses obviously, but like, this is what we do. We're a business, like blah blah blah, but and didn't think about the heart that goes into board gaming, the love that goes into board gaming. I'm not sitting here saying like they don't care about their games or whatever, and that's not what I'm trying to say, but they might have lost a little of that, like the love for what it is versus the corporateness of the money making behind it. And so they, I don't know, again, just random talking, but the fact that Panic Roll did what they did, I mean, they I think they raised like 700,000 in their campaign or something like that, which is a lot. Obviously, clearly that's a lot. But I think that they just kind of wanted everything to be so perfect. This was their baby. This was their everything, and so they just put everything into it. And this wasn't their job. This was a passion, love that they did because they wanted to, and they loved it so much, and it showed, and it shows. And I think maybe with Mythic it turned into a job instead of a passion project. And there's nothing wrong with that. I want people to make money on board games. I want people to make a living on board games. But I think in this community, the people have to feel like you care. And I don't think the people felt like Mythic cared. And I'm not saying they don't care or didn't care. Being who I am, giving people the benefit of the doubt, they just got overwhelmed, and they just got behind the 8 ball and just are now in like panic / catch up / stay alive mode. And the fact that they're like selling off their IPs and things like that is I don't know proof that they're trying, but like it feels like they're trying. But the fact that they did that, they sold off their stuff, and then are still asking, it just kind of, it proves one of two things. The cynic route is it proves they're greedy people. They sold all that off, they kept all that money, and now they're asking the people for more, and they're just taking them for everything they're worth. I just don't think that's the case. But the cynic could say that. 100% could say that, and I couldn't argue. I couldn't argue that because I don't know. I don't know the behind the scenes. But it's hard for me to believe. But again, that's me. Point 2 is that they needed to sell off those things to just not fold and like go bankrupt and just be like, sorry everybody, everything is done. They needed to just stay afloat with that money to pay past workers, pay other people, pay off their whatevers, and then now they're being like, we need to collect money to actually make the game because we had to use all that money that we got for selling off our IPs to pay off all this extra stuff that we messed up and didn't account for. And I'm not arguing that they're a good business mind. I think they're probably awful. But yeah, that's just my thoughts and feelings on things. Take it for what it's worth. Again, I'm not trying to make excuses for them. I'm not trying to say what they're doing is right or, whatever. That's just my take on the situation, is that they just got in over their heads. They thought they were something that they weren't, and it caught up to them, and overpassed them, and now they are trying like heck to get back in front of the wave that's already gone in front of them. They're doing everything they can to at least catch up to the wave to try and stay afloat. But yeah, okay, that's a lot of words and a lot of talking and things. If you've watched this far, I'll send you a coupon for a Klondike bar. I don't even know how I would do that. No, if you've watched this far, like, you're a champion. You're good. You deserve something. So I'll give you a whole bunch of points. You can have 67 points. Yeah, I'm not saying don't be angry. I would be angry. I'm going to be angry in a year when they ask me for more money for Hell. I hope a year. Probably more like 3 years, actually. I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be frustrated. Or maybe I'll just write it off. Start training my brain now that $129 is gone, and so then when they ask me $100 in 3 years, I'll be like, ooh, $100 for Hell. That's a pretty good deal. I can do that. Maybe that's what I'll do. Start training my brain now. But maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should be angry and be like, no, I'm not giving you $100. In fact, refund my money now. But I really kind of want Hell. I think it looks pretty awesome. They put a lot of effort into that game. I truly believe that. I think the amount of writing it seems to be, and the stories and the, like, all the seems like a lot, and the world seems really, really cool. Like, really cool. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever see it. I don't know if I think there's a better chance of me seeing Hell than Solomon Kane. I wish it was the other way around. I don't know what's going to happen to Solomon Kane. They said if they don't produce it, they're going to refund people's money. So maybe I can use my refund that I get from Solomon Kane in 2 years to pay for my held hostage copy of Hell in 3 years. Look at that. Always look on the bright side of life. Do-do, do-do, do-do-do-do. Yeah. So, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. You've made it to the end of another video where Eric talks for a long time about things. Anyway, So the unboxing of Super Fantasy Brawl was a real success, I would say. These are going to be so fun to paint. I'm so excited to paint these miniatures. The miniatures are very solid, chunky, lovable miniatures. Lovable death monsters. Anyway, have yourself a wonderful night, morning, day, evening, weekend. Call it what you will. Have fun, play games, love ya, keep on keeping on out there, hug the ones you love, because you know what? We're all here, and we're all just doing what we can to get by. So, peace, bye. Have yourselves a wonderful day, night, evening, morning. Did I miss anything? Middle of the night insomniacs. Bye.